All right, listeners, welcome back for another deep dive. And this time we're looking at something pretty wild.
Oh, yeah.
In the world of golf, have you ever seen a putter that looks more like a wedge?
I have actually, and
Oh, really?
yeah, and it's a very interesting concept.
So that's what we're diving into today. It's called the spoiler putter.
Okay.
And this thing is turning heads, and it's really making people rethink what a putter should even look like.
Yeah, it's a pretty radical design, I'd say.
Definitely.
When you see it, it doesn't look like anything else that's out there.
No, it doesn't at all.
Oh.
And that's what's so interesting about it. So the article we're looking at today is called Texto Pegado,
Oh, okay.
and it goes into the design and why the inventors of this thing decided to go this route.
Yeah, they're really trying to solve a problem that's been around in putting forever,
Yeah.
which is, getting a good roll on the ball.
Yeah, especially for someone like me. I mean, I've always struggled with getting a consistent roll.
Well, and that's the thing they're trying to address with this, and it all comes down to the leading edge of the putter.
Yeah, that's what's so interesting about it. It's like they took a wedge and said, hey, let's put this on a putter.
Exactly. And the thinking there is that when you hit a putt with a traditional putter, you often get a little bit of skidding
Oh, yeah.
before the ball starts to roll smoothly.
Right.
And that can really throw off your accuracy, especially on fast greens.
Totally.
And so by using a wedge-style leading edge, they're trying to eliminate that skid.
So it's like when you hit a chip shot with a wedge and it just pops up and rolls smoothly.
Exactly. They want the ball to start rolling immediately instead of skidding and then rolling.
That makes a lot of sense. And looking at the pictures of this thing, I mean, those grooves are pretty wild, too.
Yeah, they're not just for looks. They actually serve a purpose.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're designed to channel moisture away from the ball's surface.
Interesting.
So you know how sometimes you hit a putt and it hits a little wet spot and it skips? These grooves are supposed to help prevent that
That's really interesting.
by moving the water out of the way.
So are they saying that this thing is like a cure-all for bad putting?
Well, they're not saying that outright,
Oh,
but they are making some pretty bold claims about its ability to improve roll and consistency.
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, and what's really interesting is that it's all legal
Really?
for tournament play.
So we could actually see pros using this thing.
It's definitely possible.
That would be wild to see somebody win a major with this wedge-looking putter.
Oh, yeah, people's heads would explode.
I mean, tradition is so important in golf, but then also technology is always advancing.
Exactly. It's a constant push and pull
Right.
between the old and the new.
And I feel like this putter kind of embodies that tension.
It does. It's like a wedge had a baby with a putter.
Yeah, it's a Frankenstein putter in a way.
But a good Frankenstein.
A good Frankenstein. Yeah, exactly.
One that might actually make you a better putter.
And what I find really surprising is that for a putter, this, radical indifferent,
Yeah.
it's actually not that expensive.
No, it's priced pretty reasonably.
Okay, it's like 229 pounds.
Which is in line with a lot of the high-end putters out there.
That's pretty amazing.
Yeah, you'd think for something this unique, they'd charge a premium.
Totally. But it seems like they want to make it accessible.
It does. Maybe they really believe in it.
Yeah.
Maybe they think they've really got something special here.
So I guess the big question is, what does this all mean for the future of golf?
Well, that's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
It is. I mean, is this putter going to start a revolution in putter design?
It's hard to say, but it's definitely possible.
Yeah.
If this putter is as successful as the early reviews suggest,
Right.
we could see other manufacturers starting to experiment with similar designs.
Yeah.
I mean, imagine a world where all putters look like wedges.
It would be pretty crazy.
It would be a whole new era of putting.
It would be the end of an era and the beginning of a new one.
Exactly, a paradigm shift.
Wow.
And who knows, maybe this is just the tip of the iceberg. Maybe we'll see even more radical designs in the future.
So for all of our listeners out there, I'm really curious. Would you be willing to ditch your classic putter for something that looks this different? I mean, would you embrace a radical change if it meant potentially improving your putting? It's something to think about.
Yeah, it's a good question to ask yourself.
It is, and maybe the next time you're on the green struggling with your putting, you'll think of this spoiler putter and maybe you'll be tempted to give it a try.
And maybe you'll sink that putt.
Maybe we all will, who knows?
Well, that's all the time we have for today.
Thanks for joining us for another deep dive.
We'll see you next time.
And until then, happy putting.
Hopefully with a spoiler putter.
Or maybe not. Who knows? It's up to you.